Being happy is a choice. We can choose to be happy or not happy, but part of our happiness actually really is coming, or unhappiness I should say as well, comes from our subconscious. And our subconscious mind is really how we operate. It is our belief system. It's the agreements that we've made in our mind that have become a tape player. Now this subconscious, it does not know the difference between truth or lie, reality or not reality. And these were learned behaviors when we were young primarily, and of course they can change over time based on the information that we put into our brain and then decide, yeah, I agree with that or I don't agree with that. Now, if we have negative thinking or self-limiting thoughts, or we're always angry or upset or complaining, then chances are we're going to be pretty unhappy. And this is where the choice comes in. So there is an opportunity to be able to change your thinking, and I do that through positive affirmations, and I repeat them on a daily basis. That's why I have Affirmation Monday. It's a guided meditation when I do the sunrise broadcast. And I repeat these affirmations, these statements, and I've been doing it for a long time, that affirm my truths, like I am a good person, I am worthy, I am achieving my dreams and goals, I am happy, I am grateful that I'm alive today. And so I got in a routine which became a habit because I did it so much that every single day I start with a gratitude prayer. And I thank the Lord for another day. And I am grateful that I'm here. Now, sometimes it's hard to be grateful for some of the stuff. We're going, why? Why did this happen? You know, and I've experienced this. I mean, I'm a human being, a spiritual human being, but yet I have experiences. I mean, most mornings I wake up hurting. You know, my body's hurting because my day job is a very physical job. My wrist is killing me, okay? It is. It's definitely hurting. It's been hurting for about the last week or so, and it's because I've been using it a lot in my day job. Now, I have a choice. Be upset about it, and that is the first thought a lot of times. So I just work on changing that thought. And I'm great. This is where there's good, where there's bad. I'm grateful that my wrist is sore. That tells me I'm alive, and it also tells me that, gosh, I've been working a lot, and so that's good because we all need to work. We all need to do something to create, well, most of us, create an income. Therefore, I go to work, and so I'm hurting because of the work, but that's okay. You know, I look forward to the day that I don't have to be so physical in my job. You know, I do have 2 jobs. This is the other one, and this is all part of a routine as well. It's the LWN Foundation. It's that program to help people empower themselves and take action in their lives so that they can try and manifest the highest quality of living that is possible for them. And that's why I share my messages, and then I tell you stories about me personally, like the sore wrist thing, you know, on my back. And, you know, I could be grumbly about that stuff, but it is what it is, okay? So if I just take care of myself and exercise and eat well and implement healthy routines into my life and start with this gratitude prayer, it sets the stage when I do that gratitude prayer for a great day. And that if I just accept every situation as being exactly as it is in that moment, then, you know, everything is basically okay. You know, it's as good as it is going to be. And like talking with my friend yesterday, his name is Steve as well. Known him, I've known him longer than anybody I've ever had a friend with. I mean, continuously had a friend. Met him when I was only 14 years old. And we're still friends to this day. So that's well over, I think it's 46 years, something like that. Is it? Something like that. It's a long time. But I call him, he's talking to me and bringing me up to speed of what's going on in his life. Now, he's got so much. I've always admired this guy. And by the way, he's who inspired me to do my daytime job, to do this franchise, to refinish bathtubs. You know, he is Mr. Tub. And so, although he doesn't do it anymore, but now what he's had to do is deal with his loss of his mother in December, his father who's 93 years old, that he's having to put his estate in you know, take care of his estate and do the planning, because his dad's not going to last forever now at this point. And so he's got so much weight on his shoulders, and he has to go down to take care of his dad's house and clear it all out so that they can sell the house by himself. And I'm going, gosh, I wish I was there to help you. He says, it is what it is. I love his attitude, because he accepts things for how they are, and it doesn't throw him off. And so that is a choice. He could be upset, he could be depressed, he could be angry, but he's not. And so I look up to him, and I just want to say thank you too, because today I really came out here to talk about the gratefulness and how blessed I feel that I am, that people take time to come and watch me on this Sunrise DayBreakers morning edition, welcoming in this brand new day, connecting to nature, listening to the birds singing. Sylvester the hawk, red-tailed hawk. You might be able to see him in the background now. Maybe. He's right there. I love him. He's so cool. Yeah, got off track there. So I just really admire his fortitude in not letting stuff get him down. I know that I talked to him a long time ago too, that has just stuck with me, and I was in the midst of, you know, my relationship, my marriage breaking up, the mother of my children. I was in a bad way. I'd go visit him. He'd give me support, and we talked about expectations, you know. And so when we set, it's good to have expectations, but I'd rather change that to goals, because expectations, if you have a high expectation, I mean, you have to have benchmarks and expectations, and, you know, this level of something's got to happen. And if it doesn't, something's got to happen as a result of it not happening. But if you set yourself up for a very high goal expectation, particularly of somebody else, it is, most times, a recipe for failure. And it's an opportunity to get down and get depressed and get sad and get angry and get resentful. But if we allow whatever happens just to be that in what it is, and if they meet that expectation or exceed that expectation, that's the time to be really grateful. If they don't, it's like, okay, you didn't, so maybe let me help you try and achieve that goal. What I want to do is help you achieve a high level of satisfaction with your life. That's why I do these videos. Affirmation Monday, talk about a guided affirmation of positive I am statements. Empowerment Tuesday, taking that action. Wednesday we talk about health and wellness. Yesterday we were talking about autism. If you hadn't seen that video, go and see Richard Fay. That was a really powerful video about how somebody just isn't letting other people determine what he is. He is himself, and accepts the fact that he has autism and considers it a gift. You know, it's not a setback for him, or it's not a disability for him. So it's all perspective. Thursday, we're talking today about gratitude. And tomorrow we're talking about love. And if you put all those things together, the affirmations, the empowerment, the taking action, the health and wellness, taking care of ourselves, the being grateful, and then talking about the things that we love. Every day in a regular routine, your life can change for the better. Change those old tapes through repetition of affirmation statements. That's what I believe. That's what I know to work. It's worked for me. So I want to say how grateful, though, I am for everybody that takes time to come and join me. I'm so blessed. And it's almost beyond words. I mean, it's hard to put words to something that I just feel so awesome about. And so we're just continuing on to just try and do the best that I can. I get to grow and learn from the community as well. I want to suggest that you could go to our Facebook page. That's where I'm broadcasting off, and hit the like button. And if you'd like to leave a review about the LWN Foundation, which is also the LWN Live with Nature Foundation. We just kind of shortened it up. And tell us how it's made a positive impact in your life. You know, what your experience is with it. We'd certainly appreciate that. We certainly appreciate that Carolyn Brown took time to do that for us yesterday. That was very cool. We also want you to go to our YouTube. The Richard Fay video is up there. I know it's going to disappear off of my timeline, or down deep into the timeline quickly. So you can go to YouTube and at your convenience watch that and learn about autism. Or if you're autistic, maybe get some tips as to how he deals with life. You know, it's much more fun being grateful and happy than it is not. It's no fun being unhappy, being angry, complaining. So make it a choice to be happy and work on doing the things that you have to do, which is the things that I teach. Tomorrow, Carolyn Brown. As a matter of fact, and I've known her for a while. She'll be with us at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Please join us for that Get to Know interview broadcast. Going to be about overcoming really bad stuff in our life. And realizing that when we're in a bad situation, particularly with a partner, we need to just step out of that stuff. It's important because that doesn't make us happy, living in a situation that just is not healthy for us, or that we feel that, you know, we're a victim because we are getting attacked constantly by the other person. And I can relate to this. I can. Story for another day, but that's what they're talking about on Awaken Atlanta this morning. Bullying, you know? Yeah, so I'm not a bully, but, you know, I admitted that I do try in the past, particularly, not so much these days, although, you know, I advocate for LWN, I advocate for, you know, high quality health and wellness habits, but I don't try and influence people. Although I wasn't that buddy, I try and, back in the day, be manipulative and try and get my way, you know. It almost was a subconscious thing, and it probably was a subconscious thing, because that's how we operate, is that subconscious. So we can change that subconscious through, they call it NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. I call it also cognitive behavioral therapy, and modifying that. And what else did I want to say? I wanted to say, I don't know. I'll say thank you. That's what I'll say. I want you to have a great day today. This is the opportunity to connect to nature, to connect to source. And at the end of the video, we're going to have an opportunity just to listen to the birds singing. I use it for repeating my affirmation statements, getting a couple things done, and just really a quiet time. Use it for meditation. And but I also interact with the viewers. I'll do that in just a moment here, but I also say a prayer. So I'll say the prayer and then I'll do the interaction here. Because when it comes down to it, for me, it's God that creates the opportunity for me to really enjoy life. And so there it is, the choice, right? And when we start with the gratitude, that triggers the neurochemicals in our brain, that serotonin, that dopamine, that oxytocin, that cortisol. I think cortisol is actually, no, that's, I think, anxiety stuff. I'm not sure, okay, because I am not a doctor. But I'm learning. The bottom line is that I know that stimulates, when you're grateful, our pleasure center, the hypothalamus in our brains, and triggers happiness. And so when we're feeling down, change your thought, think of something happy. Do that often enough, that will become the tape that plays for you. But everything was given to me as an opportunity through my higher power, whom I call God. Now, God is referred to in many different names and ways, but I am talking about the creative causation for everything that is. The creative thought, the creative intelligence, the creative imagination, the Allah, the Buddha, all of it. It's all the same. It's all about love. And I believe that he loves me so much that he sent his son to give me the opportunity to forgive myself for all the stuff I've done wrong, because people make mistakes. It happens. And when we forgive ourselves, we can start to try and get happy at that point, because we can release ourselves from the burdens. And there's techniques, and if you want to know more about that, just reach out and send us a message. I'll give you some information as to how I did it. That goes back to that NLP. It goes back to that cognitive behavioral therapy, retraining our brain. So I thank the Lord for another day and a sore wrist, because it is, and it's okay. Dear Lord, thank you for bringing me out here this morning. Thank you for another day to be able to share this message. I just ask that you would be with us today and help us to be as happy as, excuse me, as happy as we possibly can. Excuse me. Allow us to break down those barriers, Lord. Those barriers that have been holding us back. Those walls that we put up to protect ourselves from the stuff that's going on in our life. To break those down with love, with understanding and acceptance. If we suffer because of an addiction and we're trying to not deal with reality, allow us to release those unhealthy habits that we have. And to replace those unhealthy habits with healthy things that nurture our body. That we nurture these seeds of greatness that we have within us, Lord, to be the best that we possibly can with what we have. And that we understand that, yes, it's difficult, particularly when we lose loved ones or friends. Broken relationships or fractured relationships that aren't happy situations. Or health issues. Help us to be able to get healthy, mend the relationships, and glorify everything that we experience in life, and to be the best that we can be, and be that example of love, understanding. And I ask that you just keep us safe as we go about our day. Be with all those that have suffered for any reason lately, particularly, we had fires down in Australia. We have fires in California. Of course, we're coming up on that season here in a few months for them too. Floods, earthquakes, all kinds of stuff. A sign that also tells us, Lord, that we need to live in the present moment. So allow us to live in the present moment and make the very best of it. And I release these words. In Jesus' name, I say amen, I say namaste, I say namaskar, and thank you for joining us. So I'd like to interact with the viewers now. And I'd like to just say thank you to everybody that's coming up. If you just happen to be coming in, do share this video. Send it on out. Let's let everybody know that there is hope. There is light in the darkness. I consider myself as being a light in the darkness, and I consider you as a light in the darkness as well. And so it's so much fun to shine that light, and together we shine such a bright light that we can make this world a better place. Isn't that, I think that's just the most commendable thing that we can possibly do, is to help other people have a great life. So I appreciate Adam Shelton, who is our dyspraxic champion. And he has a quote from the brilliance of Albert Einstein, who also had autism, because dyspraxia is on the autism spectrum. A person who never made a mistake, never tried anything new. Yeah, if we don't do anything about anything, nothing is going to happen. But when we take action, things will happen. And now sometimes it doesn't always work out the way we want to. But that's okay too, because we tried. And because we tried, that's where the success is. And when we fail, well, fall down forward with your eyes wide open. I mean, I even heard, I think Les Brown talks about how I fall on my back so that I'm looking up to see what happened, Well, yeah. so that we can accept that situation, learn and grow from it, and use it to strengthen us. Sunday, Jew. Thank you so very much for joining as well. And Manny Laverty is with us as well. Thank you, Manny, for joining us. We've got the UK, we've got Australia. It's so wonderful, and I just love this. And I want to say again, I'll say thank you, Facebook, because that's one of the comments in last night's video with Richard Fay. If you haven't seen it, please go do that. I got it up there on YouTube. I'd love for you to go to YouTube. I'd love for you to just subscribe to the LWN Foundation. And let's start building up the viewers. And then tap that notification bell. And that way you'll be notified when I post up some new content. But the comment was made by Robert Brooker, a good friend up in Toronto. And he had said how Facebook, had led him to the path of meeting myself, Richard Fay, so many others. And that's what's so awesome, is just meeting new people and experiencing new things and being there to be able to help and support others. All right. So I just want to say thank you, Manny and Sandy, Yale. Yeah. And by the way, we're working towards having Yale a drawer on the Get to Know broadcast, and she's such a dynamic person. I know her from the group, Evan Carmichael's Insiders group, and she's a very dynamic person. She's intuitive, and she does hot chocolate readings for people, and it's very dynamic. And so I'm really looking forward to Yo-Yo being on the Get to Know, and you'll get to know how she's making a positive impact in society by helping people work through things that they've got in their life. And yes, actually, Monday, no, sorry, yeah, I know you're what? I think we agree you're 7 hours ahead of me, but today is Thursday. At least it is over here. Carolyn Brown, good morning. Now remember to join us with Carolyn Brown tomorrow, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Get to know her. She's got a great story. She's going to be a great inspiration to you if you've ever been in a relationship that was not healthy. She's going to help us with that. I'm going to just stop talking now. I'm going to say thank you. Go back to the replay. Have a great day. If you're just coming in, catch this message, share this video out, go to the LWN Foundation on YouTube, subscribe, like the Facebook page, the LWN Foundation, and have an exceptional day today. Let's just enjoy that. Let's listen to the birds. It's a beautiful morning here, and I will be back tomorrow morning. It's getting lighter earlier, so I really got to try and do it at like 6:30. So I'm adjusting myself there timing wise. So around 6:30 time, I'll do that. What else? I think that's about it for right now. Back tomorrow, we're going to be talking about love. And in the meantime, like I said, just have a fantastic day. Happy Thursday to you, and we'll see you all tomorrow morning. And I'll come back at the end of this quiet time and just re-acknowledge maybe some comments and the viewers, because I'm so grateful that you take time to come and watch. Enjoy and have fun today. All right. Be happy. Don't worry. I just want to thank everybody for taking time to come and join us this morning. It's a beautiful morning here, a little bit cloudy. Hey, let's just have a great day. Let's if we're not happy, find something to be happy about. That's what I've asked. If you'd like to leave a comment, you're just joining us, do tell us what's making you happy today. Or for that matter, tell us what's not making you happy if you feel like maybe sharing that. But go to our YouTube, the LWN Foundation YouTube, check out the videos we've got up there, subscribe, tap that bell for notifications. Join me tomorrow morning about 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the morning broadcast. We'll be talking about love. And tomorrow evening at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, we'll be with Carolyn Brown, and we'll be talking about taking good care of ourselves and stepping out of abusive relationships and the things that we can do to enjoy everyday life. Have a wonderful day. This is Stephen Smith. I am signing off from Sarasota, Florida. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.